could sing, but I can't. Not today. Karibuni Sala family. Good afternoon, good evening from my end. 28 minutes past the top of the hour. Karibuni Sana to another beautiful episode of the Africa Today Show. This is the media of the 21st century, the Black Hot Fire Network radio station. And of course, Karibuni Sana to everyone who's here for the first time. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you had a beautiful weekend. Hope you're ready for the week. Personally, had a beautiful weekend. Ready for the week as usual. Ready for literally what the week has in store. Moving in positivity and all the good eye vibration. And of course, karibuni sana to everyone who's here for the first time on YouTube, on Twitter, everyone who's listening on our show page, on Amazon, on Roku TV, and also everyone on the radio station, on BitChutes Live, and also everyone on Spreaker, rather on Spotify. Once again, karibuni sana. Where today shall be, of course, be doing an amazing conversation, checking on what has been happening during the weekend. Kid did a show, I think that was on Friday or Saturday, I'm not sure. I think Friday or Saturday, I'm not sure, but he did a show and I saw him talking about, of course, Trump, Kamala Harris. I was just checking his show on BitChute. I see people have actually so many comments over there. Like, if you are on BitChute and you'd love to actually be active on the chat, kindly come on YouTube. Rather, ensure you have our application on your phone. Very easy for you to find if you're using any Android device. Ensure you rush to the Google Play Store and search for Black Hot Fire Network. That's the only way to find us. And once you have the application, actually, it's a very amazing app to use. You're given the chance to listen to the radio part, which you can actually listen as you do other things on your phone, as you chat with your girlfriend, your wife, could be your mother, your daughter, your sister, your boss, your HR, whoever it could be, sending emails. Ensure you have the application. And of course, you have the upper left where you're given the opportunity to explore the page even more. With the three lines, ensure you tap the page and of course sign in within using your username. You could call yourself Joe Mosquito, you could call yourself a mosquito, whatever you wanna call yourself. I like using Joe Mosquito's name as a good example. Like you could call yourself whatever username you like. And once you do that, ensure you check out our Black Hot Fire Network sports page, which has amazing products. If you've not been getting enough sunlight, if you have maybe some problems with your nutritions, beauty, we were talking about hair, nails, and all that, ensure you check us out because we have amazing organic products and all at a very affordable price. If you've been working out and maybe you've not been getting enough results, we have also enough boosters which are very also organic right here from the Black Hot Fire Network sports page. So ensure you check out our vitamins and minerals, sports and nutrition. We have some proteins and blends, amino acids. We also have some amazing beauty supplements, like I said, hair, nails, skin, everything all there. We also have food and beverages and also some natural extracts. Again, all at a very an amazing affordable price. If you're not getting enough sunlight, check out the vitamin D3 2000. That is actually very affordable, only $19. And then I love saying once you make your first second purchase, you'll be getting a discount with us. We also have some green superfood, only $35. We have some complete multivitamin, only $32. Energy strips, $28. And with the energy strips, actually, I love saying if you combine this with what you have last on the natural extracts, that lady, that man is not living. Give me the reason why they should be living. If you're actually very hooked up with the Black Hot Fire Network organic products, why? We also have some beauty supplements like the Alpha Energy, $40. Brain and Focus Formula ensure he, she, who they're reasoning okay. Okay, he, she, your girlfriend, your man, ensure they're reasoning okay. So get them some Brain and Focus Formula. Beauty is not just only for women. Also, men need to stay looking good and reasoning okay. We also have some conjunctive support, only $29, and also some colon gentle cleanse, only at $35. Again, remember your first, second purchase, the third one you'll be getting a discount with the Black Hot Fire Network. We also have amazing coffee products like the Manuka Honey Coffee, which is only $59. We also have the mushroom coffee fusion, which is coming from the lao means mixed with the chaga, only $36. And also the hemp coffee blend medium roast, $32. And some Brazilian blend, leave alone the Brazilian white woman alone. If the black woman is also literally boasting, the black Brazilian lady, Come get yourself some Brazilian blend, only $31. Last but not least, under our natural extracts, we have amazing things like the honey goat weed, boosted up with the energy strip. You're good to go. You're good to go. Just read what it has. Actually read the instruction as you use. Only $33. Just have the lion mint mushroom, only $33 as well. And turmeric gummies, $22, and also some sea moss. And if you go all the way down to the page, you get to see even much more amazing products. We have some aloe vera cucumber soap. We also have some bee pulp powder. We have so many things. Like, check them out all again at a very affordable price. You can only get that by ensuring you have our application on your phone. Very easy to find. If you may be using any Apple device and you're getting any difficulties, the website link is very active as well. www.blackoutfirenetwork.com. Karibuni sana once again. And second one, hello to you too. Hope you're doing amazing. That is Kisha Cole, of course. I was playing right there. I love her. I love her music. I'm really a lover of her music. And I also see Ricky Snow Karibu Sana. He says, hey, Keith, you was talking about Caucasian man gave HIV to black women over 700 happens 5 years ago. Okay, I'm not sure about that, but that has been happening, especially in Africa, like a couple of times. I think that was 2, 3, 4 years ago, where we had this Mzungu who came out and actually said he's affected so many women, especially in Kenya, Mombasa. So many women with HIV and AIDS, and they didn't all know, literally. It's again something we were talking about earlier today. We need to stop laughing with white people every single time. We need to stop giving them teeth, because the weaker the more teeth we show, the weakness we represent. And something I remembered about the Cameroon president. He said that African leaders, due to him being absent, he couldn't appear to the public because African leaders cannot dare to show weakness. And I'm like, I'm just like, really? That's really a good one. But anyway, as we get started, like I said, today we shall be going, of course, through what has been happening through during the weekend. But we shall be majorly talking about a new major earthquake alert that actually is supposed to be happening in New Madrid. I have a video that I'll be sharing on that on the second hour of the show as we get on that conversation, where, of course, so many people are expected to be losing their lives. And this comes weeks after we saw, of course, the crazy storms, the hurricane, how crazy it was, the floods, how many people lost their homes. And second one, I bet, is also one of the people who are slightly affected, if I'm using the right term, slightly affected. We're glad you're really okay. And so many people, there was no lights and some and all that. And due to so many details coming out right now, and even going back to the Maui, if I'm not pronouncing it correctly, where they did release the laser, only burning a few places, and the houses that were painted blue were not touched. I think right now it's so evident to so many people, and the information is coming out that they have, of course, been controlling the weather. They've been manipulating the weather. They have all the weapons. They've been doing this for quite a long time, and it is us who are actually getting shocked. But at the same time, again, information is coming out so people understand what is really happening, because this with all this coming up, and then them coming up with this term climate change. Of course, we know they're trying to make a fool out of the people, but I'll be sharing that specific video, which shall be, of course, be explaining the lithium. Kit did mention about the lithium that they had discovered, and how they're looking forward, of course, to exploit the lands over there. They say that this is supposed to be beneficial in the next, that is in the future, for the electrical cars and all that, so many things. But before we get into all that, we should also talk about Beyonce, and of course Kelly Rowland, who appeared at Kamala Harris' speech. Just bits on that as we get to actually understand again how black people are getting caught in this, especially now. They started with Megan Thee Stallion, with all the twerking and all that. Black people, of course, spoke about the disrespect. We've seen Kamala Harris, of course, speaking about the agenda she has again for black communities, again talk about the disrespect. And now we have Beyonce and Kerry Lorand, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, right? Who are both of them, of course, also appeared at Kamala Harris' um, rally. So I'll be sharing the video, and then we'll be discussing also on that. Personally, my thoughts on that, because I bet this is now. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like Kamala Harris probably maybe already has it. I don't know. Like I feel like the way things are going, Kamala Harris might win the election. I'm not sure. I don't know, but that is just what I see with everything. How they're trying to bring up the numbers, getting people all caught up with these celebrities and all that. It's gonna get crazy. It's gonna get crazy. And also, we shall talk about also still under Kamala Harris and the Biden administration, who of course so many people had expectations of, especially the students, to be specific. They expected that the student loans was going to be actually forgiven, but with so many videos that I've bumped into, and of course a question that Kamala Harris has been asked during this weekend, and she kept quiet about it. I came across so many videos and information of where, of course, again, just like earlier, I was talking about the reparations and how this has been a serious debate that they don't take serious, even when it comes to the student loans amongst the Black community. They are still the people who are actually suffering the most. I'll be sharing also on that. But I want us to talk about also Kamala Harris' interest in Africa as we start on that, and then talk about also the Africa Summit crisis that are supposed to be addressed in DRC Congo as we get to continue. Starting with Kamala Harris' interest in Africa. Shout out to Jason Hill. Karibu sana. Hope you're doing amazing. Shout out to KW. Hope, Don, hope you're also doing amazing. Nice to see you today. Hope you guys had a beautiful weekend as well. And wishing you a peaceful, productive week ahead of you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Kindly share the live if you can with your family and friends. Subscribe if this is your first time right here. And once again, I love to remind you to download our app on the Google Play Store. Kindly ensure you have the application. Yes, starting Kamala Harris. So there is a debate going on, of course, of the interest she's showing in Africa. Just of course, like the Biden, which we know they never do anything. Their interest in Africa is about the resources, more continuation of slavery. Less debate about reparations, like I was talking about earlier today. As much as Keith was trying to make me understand how um the how different, like the British, um the kind of debt they have for the countries, they of course, you know made them suffer through slavery. We saw that was 18 trillion euros that they owe the countries that they have actually taken slaves from. In America, Keith earlier today mentioned that was actually it's 25 trillion, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, $25 trillion. Like and it could be even more than that. Now, trying to look at that, and then the interest they're talking about, because the same interest she has in Africa is the same interest, like the agenda she's spoken about, she has, of course, for the Black community in America. So let's read what interest she has as we get to see what's up. The same Kamala Harris has demonstrated a serious interest in Africa and says the ambassador, that is Johnny Carson, and if she wins next month's presidential contest in the United States, her administration has a chance to expand and build on a positive trajectory of the US Africa relationship. I mean, they've been doing this since the beginning, as if there's any change we've seen so far with even the previous leaders. Obama being one of them. I love using Obama is a very good example because he's come to Kenya, capped on us how he's much of a Luo. People believed in him. We have so many people actually who have named. If I tell you guys, like, we have so many people in the western sides of Kenya who have named their children after Obama, and not knowing the kind of a guy he is, it just speaks more of how blinded we are of the kind of leaders we have. I'll be sharing that video next after this. The kind of leaders we have, the so-called representatives of ours, We don't see the real data of who they really are. We even name our children after them. Then come discover this is a whole predator of children, a whole, you know, things that actually no one would even believe. Literally. But they're saying that Carson, arguably the U.S. diplomat with the most distinguished career dedicated to Africa policy, outlines a series of initiatives needed to take U.S.-Africa relationships to a higher level. He begins with Nigeria, of course, the most populated country, which is very easy to influence the rest of the countries, right? He begins with Nigeria, which he argues deserves more high level attention than successive US administrations have given Africa's most populous nation. He also argues strengthening trade and investment relationship with the continent and increase support for democracy initiatives. Indeed, you know, indeed. Nigeria deserves high, more level of attention. Of stealing oil, that is the kind of attention they need, I bet, because that's what they have been doing with the Shell, the different names they have of these oil companies, you know, stealing more oil, ensuring that people will not realize what is happening in Nigeria. Having Tinibu, because I have an article also here which Tinibu actually has also been nicknamed. Remember, I've said every African leader is like they have their own nicknames. For Uhuru, for us, we used to call Uhuru Uhunye. Ruto is called the tax collector. In South Africa, we have Ramaphosa, who's called the cupcake. And then Tinibu apparently is now called T-Pain. So as they talk about actually them focusing on Nigeria, Nigerians are actually complaining because of the leadership they have currently, which has not been doing anything but of course making their lives even more worse, subsidizing things like oil, which this is the country that actually oil should even be cheap than water, like we have in these Arabic countries. I kind of wonder how they did it, you know. But anyway, so we have the presidential spokesperson, that is Bio Onunagu, that is his name, and he has said his principal, President Bola Tinubu, was fully aware of the economic challenges being faced by Nigerians and was committed to providing relief, rejecting the claims that the president was indifferent to citizens' struggle. I mean, that is the truth. Speaking on the channel's television, that was yesterday's politics, Sunday politics, it's called. On Sunday night, the presidential spokesperson dismissed social media nicknames for Tinibu which are made up by netizens such as T-Pain, calling them mischievous. Tinubu, President Tinubu feels the pain of Nigerians and assures them the relief is on the horizon. Some have resorted to calling him T-Pain out of mischief, but he is not that. He is here to heal, not to hurt. A president who is willing to heal actually should be moving in the direction that we can see Ibrahim Traore taking. Ibrahim is making amazing, massive moves without the help of the IMF, the World Bank, without Kamala Harris administration, whatever she's gonna call herself, you know, without none of this. Going back, they're talking about they need to strengthen the trade and investment. Africa could have benefited long time ago if they started trading amongst themselves. But the same country, the United States, and of course joining hands with other countries, they have ensured Africa will never be able to trade amongst themselves, not invest in themselves. So the fact that I can't trade, how am I supposed to invest? All I do is actually get genetically modified food, all the VACCINEs in the world. Despite me having the herbs here, I'm not allowed to explore them. I'm not allowed to actually even observe them. If my economy is messed up, I can't be able to invest on anything. You control all my funds, literally. So this is all bullshit they're talking about. We don't need no Kamala Harris here. She already came to Ghana and lied to people how she's the first black, the black vice president. And some Ghanaians, of course, picked up and they're like, nah, we're not gonna be buying this bullshit. This is crazy. It is crazy. Let me share this next video here of this guy who's explaining actually the representatives we have. And that is basically what we have, even like, you know, them talking about the plans they have for Africa, and then looking at the leaders we have. And then again, if you look at the majority of Africans, if they really understand, which of course we know majority don't really, if they really pick up what this kind of agendas mean. Let me share this video very quickly from this guy, the Middle Nation guy. I love calling him the Middle Nation guy. Let me share this very quickly as we continue.
You have people in the United States who have tens of billions, if not hundreds of billions of dollars on the line when it comes to what American policies are going to be. They have so much at stake. If you imagine for a second that they're going to leave the decision for who's going to make policy up to the general public, you're out of your mind. And if you think that the one that the general public selects is actually the one who determines what the policy is, you're out of your mind. They have done
Elections. So that I feel like that is why he's talking about elections. And again, representatives. Like I'm saying, we have so many people who have named their children after Obama. And it is so sad when you come to understand the kind of Obama or who really Obama is. Excuse me, you wouldn't want to name your child after him. Excuse me. You wouldn't really want to name your child after a pedophile. But we've been given this image of, oh, the people who run the world, they have so much power. But we don't really know who really has power, like, and what orders they're given.
everything they can to prevent there being any kind of democracy in the United States. This is what I'm trying to explain. They never believed in democracy. They never believed in this because it's a very
Never believed in democracy. So when you have Kamala Harris here talking about, who is that article? I think I pulled it down. When they're talking about strengthening the relationship of Africa and democracy, number one, evidence. You don't even in your own country practice democracy. So how are you going? How will you come to my own home, my own space, and dictate to me democracy? You don't even practice democracy. Then come tell Africa and its people, you need to practice democracy like this. Hell no. Hell no.
very bad idea. No one ever believed in
As much
this.
as I'm saying hell no, they have been doing it, you know? As much as I'm saying hell no, they have been doing it. They have been actually dictating democracy in Africa and all over the globe. You know, the people who run, the people behind the power. We'll continue.
They believed in democracy in terms of who gets to select who the leader will be.
Yeah.
That should be pulled from a very small group of people, the Al Hal wal Aqd. The people of influence in the society decide who will be the leader. That is the system that they always believed in, and that's the system that they have. If you actually believe that these people whose influence in society and whose stake in what policies are going to be, if you imagine for a moment that they're leaving that up to you, well, you're out of your mind. It's all a charade. And all the only thing that can keep it going, and the reason that they want to keep it going is particularly so that you never look at where the real power is.
Sure.
So that you always think that you're a participant and it's power of the people and so forth. Precisely because they have disempowered you, and that's what they've always believed. So no, it's not that
I believe they have disempowered us by making us believe what they want us to believe. That is the only way we've been disempowered. Because if I look at even history all throughout, we've been disempowered because we've grown up, fed, lived through their narrative, of which people, of course, are waking up. So many people are woke. So many people understand what's going on, but they managed to do that by making us, number one, believe. in them, in the narrative.
Democracy is the best system for the West, or it's the best system that we have, and so forth. They never thought it was, and that's why they don't have it. And they've done everything possible because they did put it on paper. They did put it on paper, so they found every means of avoiding it. They found every means of evading it and preserving, or rather, rescuing power from ever being at risk of democracy actually breaking out in the United States. Theoretically, the myth goes, that someone who's a very average, normal, blue collar American can potentially be president of the United States. Well, that's as likely as you. It's even less likely as you becoming a Olympic gold medalist. You haven't had an American president who was not a millionaire since Harry Truman. I think at more than half of the U.S. Congress there were millionaires, and the rest of them, the other 49% or 48% or whatever of the U.S. Congress, they're in the top 5% income bracket in the U.S. And they were before they were politicians. You have to be rich already. You already have to be rich if you want to be a politician. If you want to be a so-called
It's a money game. I'd say it's a money game. Yeah, because I feel like, even for us, just to shift a little bit from what he's saying, how we got our deputy president who's right now being impeached, it's because he had money. He literally funded some. He had money to literally campaign and fund the president and help him literally accomplish his mission. It's a money. It's such a dirty dirty game. You need to be corruptive enough, number one, for you to be able to get in the game. Literally, you need to have gotten your hands dirty and ready to even make them more dirtier for you to fit in.
representative of the people, you have to be someone who has nothing in common whatsoever financially with the rest of the population. You don't have a chance. I mean, look at what's going on now, just with Jill Stein, and how impossible. Everyone knows she's not going to win. Everyone knows she can't even get on the ballot in several states. This is your democracy. South Africa is a far more democratic system than America. Far more democratic. In reality, it's more democratic than the United States. You have multiple parties. Even Malaysia or Indonesia, you have multiple parties that can run for office, and you don't need millions upon millions of dollars to run a campaign. I mean, you need hundreds of thousands of dollars just to run a campaign on the local level. Forget about on the national level. If you're running on the national level, you need millions. You need tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars. Uh, because again, this is an example of who's actually making the decisions, who's actually making the policy. It's the people who've got the hundreds of millions and the billions of dollars, and the reason why they even bother spending that money on controlling your politicians is because, as I say, they have a much higher stake in the way policy is going to go, and there is no way in the world that they're going to leave that to the rank and file American citizen to decide what policy is going to be, or who is going to be the one who's in the office to determine what policy is going to be. They don't even trust the one that they put in office to be the one to determine what policy is going to be. They have to
You're just a puppet. That's what he's trying to say. You're just a puppet. You take my words, you feed the crowd. You know, the master is behind the camera, nowhere to be seen. Like, I put you in power, you say what I want you to say. Yeah, and that's why I go back to how they use them, and even they're willing. Like, look at the PDD situation right now. You know, you've been there, you've been the king Kong. Now all of a sudden, you're no longer the King Kong. They have used you. They have made you put people on, use others through you. But at the end of the day, oh my God, they still have a say.
tell him or her, dictate to them what the policy is going to be. They have to make sure that we can buy them off completely, to make sure that they will be loyal to our interests. And like I've talked about many times, America does nothing but interfere with democracies, or with elections rather, all around the world.
Exactly. It's not even America. I wish I could find. This is not even America. I wish I could find the video, because there was a video I had some time back which was explaining it's Israel, not America. No, it's nothing to. It's not America, it's Israel. Israel interferes with elections globally. America is just a puppet image to be made seen as if it's doing the job, but it's Israel. I wish I could find that video, family. I could share it, but if I find it, I'm gonna share it on WhatsApp. I've been trying to look for that video because a couple of times I've had either him or other people on their video say it's America interfering. No, it's Israel.
Since 1945, they've interfered in dozens upon dozens of elections. What makes you think that they're not controlling the outcome of the election in the United States?
They are.
Why, that's not intelligent. If you think that they're not running the election in the United States and determining what the outcome is, when they determine the outcome in country after country after country all around the world, you think that that they have a hands-off policy in the most important election, the election that has the most impact on their interests, but they're making sure that they determine the outcome of an election in Micronesia, but they're not going to bother about what the outcome of what's the outcome of the election in the United States. No, this is just very foolish. You're incredibly naive and gullible if you think that there's any conspiracy theory aspect to the most powerful interests in the United States controlling the outcome of an election, when we know that they control the outcome of elections in country after country after country and always have. But somehow you think that they have a hands-off policy in America. Well, that's just not intelligent, I'm afraid.
Yeah. So that's the video over there, and literally, the people we have on the front is not who we think they are. I mean, we know that the blackout fires know that. That's for a fact. But how many people really know that? That's just another question. We have elections coming. So many countries right now still undergoing elections. Next year we have other countries undergoing election. How many people have the mindset to actually even not go vote? Is it really necessary? Like, does your vote really make a change? Because it doesn't. I feel like that's the most bullshit thing they have told people, and pardon my language. Like, literally, your vote makes a change, but it doesn't. You wake up at 4, it's the same. Or you don't have the power. Your vote doesn't have the power to change the system. Your vote doesn't have the power to put who you want in power. They'll still put who they want in power. Your vote is not gonna make you or them or whoever you choose get rid of the slums, even if it's there. Whoever you choose, you assume you're the one who whoever they choose, then you assume it's your vote that actually participated on them being chosen or winning. Is not gonna make you leave the slums or them getting rid of the slums. Something funny I saw when I went home during the week I was off. I picked something very crazy. The MCs, and this way I understand, it's all about money. Literally, politics is such a dirty game, and so corrupt, so evil. One thing I noticed when I went home, because I toured around a little bit, I noticed that the MCs are really, the MCs, the MPs, I don't know, I'm not sure who, but just one among the group of the politicians have really chipped in on ensuring the roads. Like, they really, the slums there around our home really have better roads than even here where we are in Rongai, in Kajiado County. Like, these people have ensured people have have really clean roads, the best roads you can actually bring your tractor wherever you want, but they have ensured that they are not gonna get rid of the slums. That was just the most shocking thing. I'm like, every part of the slum you see, there's beautiful roads, very well constructed roads, but it's still the same old going on at lack of water, queue lines of people fetching water, no change. So, like, how did you, why? As much as it's one thing at a time, but still, you guys are still in so much to just do this and make people believe you're making a change. It is crazy. But let me go through the comments very quickly as we get to move forward to the next conversation. I'll be getting into the student loans conversation as we discuss about again Kamala Harris' agenda, because I believe when you look at the Biden administration, these were some of the agendas have been part of this administration. They were supposed to actually deal with number one, reducing the student loans, actually forgiving the students who have loans. Even could go even more further. They would have even forgiven also the people who have been not able to cover their medical covers, you know, their insurances and all that. There's so much that actually could have been done to millions of people. There's nothing that has changed. This will go back to the same video I've just shared. It's not about you. It's not about who is in power. It's about who's behind. It's about the master of the power who you don't see and all that. But yes, I see earlier Jason Hill, who's in the building, was saying if they wiped out most people on this planet, which is not going to really happen, what use AI, robot, electric cars will serve? None. Nothing. No economic growth. I don't even know, like, what's the future of what's the future of that? Like, literally, that's a good question, Jason. Because you just try to think about it. Fine, you're claiming now you want to really, really wipe up humanity completely. By all means, by all power, you want to bring everything that could wipe up humanity. Then we're gonna have the AI robots. What impact are they gonna to? What impact are they adding to the world? There's none. Literally, there's no economic growth. No one is paying taxes. No one is reproducing. No one is giving birth. No one, nothing is happening. It's just so, it's crazy. It's not making sense. Their reasoning is not even never making sense in everything they do. KW Don also says Harris is not winning the electoral college voters. Her, her, her path to 70 is too difficult. You think so? I don't know, man. The way with the use of this, I'm trying to look at the mindset. For me, I'm going with the mindset. But again, it's not we who choose. Our vote doesn't make a change. So whoever the Jays want in power, they're gonna put in power. So if it's gonna be Harris, it's gonna be Harris. If it's gonna be Trump, it's gonna be Trump. So at this point, even if I say Kamala Harris, if she wins, I'm looking at the mindset of the people and how they're carried away by these kind of things. You know, you're carried away by because the screaming, the yell, like you should actually be chilled. Ask yourself what impact have these even celebrities, Beyonce's and all that added to the community? Nothing. There's nothing. Let me share this. Which I already saw this maybe during the weekend.
H-Town.
I mean, look, I want you to look at, for me, I'm not even looking at, I'm looking and listening at the people. Let's just look at the people, the mindset of the people. Leave alone now who's gonna win or not, but look at the mindset of the people. You know, you just it's crazy.
We are so happy to be standing here on this stage as proud country Texas women supporting and celebrating the one and only Vice President Kamala Harris. A woman who's been pushing for what this country really needs right now: unity. It's impossible not to feel the energy in this room, the positivity, the community, the humanity. We are at the precipice of an incredible shift, the brink of history. I'm not here as a celebrity. I'm not here as a politician. I'm here.
I don't think people care about that. It's Beyonce. Okay, I don't people really do care about you saying I'm not here as a celebrity. My mindset is seeing you as a celebrity. I'm just trying to look at the majority of the people, how they think, right? How they're reasoning. That is just where I'm at right now. The black people especially. Oh my god, it's Beyonce. Beyonce came to support Kamala Harris. Oh my god, I'm voting Kamala. You're not looking at what really is bothering you, you know, what changes you need to see, what favors you as a black person. Go to whoever you see as more of delivering that, because I don't even understand why people are really screaming at Kamala. This, and she's been a vice president. It's the same thing here. We had Ruto as a as a vice president, as a deputy president when Uhuru was the president. When he came into power, the same thing. Not really what Kamala is doing, because I'm not seeing Kamala blame Biden and all that. There's no such kind of. I'm not seeing such. But what we saw with Ruto, when he came to power, he started blaming Uhuru. Oh, Uhuru didn't do this. Now it's my turn. Give me chance. The same kind of games. And people were screaming and yelling and believing this man, actually, because he was never the president, he should be given the chance to fulfill his agendas to the people. Now look at Kenyans, how they're crying. After choosing the same guy, of course, we didn't choose him again, but still, you really, really wanted change. I don't know. Black people just need to learn something. Is Ruto even a human being? Joe Mosquito, you're crazy. I see you, Karibu Sana, hope you're doing great. It's crazy, man. But I'm just trying to look at and reason, because I feel like people globally, black people, we reason the same way globally. So looking at the black mentality here caught up in the celebrity moment.
Here is a mother who cares deeply about the world my children and all of our children live in.
Our children are not actually going to borrow student loans. Beyonce's children are not going to borrow student loans. Beyonce's children actually are studying at home, if I'm not wrong. These people are not catching buses, going to school. So much funds they have been gaining from this entertainment industry, and so much they have done, of course. They're the top people, because I saw a certain video. The next arrest is them. The next expose is them and the husband. Her and the husband. But okay, people are caught up in, I'm here as a mother. Can you ask yourself where Beyonce's children are before you scream, ah, as a mother? Where are your children? Look at you where you're standing, and where, like, it's common thinking, critical thinking.
A world where we have the freedom to control our bodies. A world where we're not divided. Our past, our present, our future.
If you're not divided, why did you bleach, honey?
Merge to meet us here. Imagine our daughters growing up seeing what's possible with no ceilings, no limitations. Imagine our grandmothers. Imagine what they feel right now. Those who have lived to see this historic day. Even those who are no longer physically.
And then what's even more crazy, when you expect, because this is the problem also, and again, when we understand they really control the industry, right? Everything. Beyonce should be a very good example, of course, which this is just me. I know she's not gonna do that. But this is the type of the presentation when it comes to black people, who should be a good example of telling and educating the majority, because she has numbers. Hey, yo, Kamala ain't black. But of course, none of them are gonna say that. Or who said that then was criticized? Someone said that then she was criticized. That was Janet Jackson. So majority of these people are so scared to come out and speak the truth, wanna keep on sugarcoating, wanna make people believe Kamala is really Jamaican. This is the first black president, female president we're gonna have, and we should give her all the support. This is so sad. So sad. This is division. This is not unity. If this is what she calls unity, that is division. Number one, you're not even telling your people the truth. That's our job, right?
With us.
We're just doing our job.
Imagine all of their sacrifice. The sacrifices made so we can witness the strength of a woman standing in her power, reimagining what leadership is. For all the men and women in this room and watching around the country, we need you. Your voice has power and magnitude. Your vote is one of the most valuable tools, and we need you.
Your vote doesn't make a change. Stop the bluffing. So we shift from that. We know all that. That is your vote doesn't make a change, okay? Beyonce's children again are not taking student loans. Let me share this very quickly. Let me start with just where we had Kamala Harris talking about this. That was of course when she was a vice president.
Now, last week, the U.S. Supreme Court struck down President Biden's plan to forgive student debt. The court's decision will have wide-ranging impacts on Black women, the demographic most impacted by student debt. Over the weekend, Vice President Kamala Harris spoke to women at the Essence Fest about their concerns over student loans.
With what we did to forgive student loan debt, $10,000, and if you're a Pell Grant recipient, $20,000. If you went to an HBCU, it is likely that you are a Pell Grant recipient. The design and the implementation of that relief of student loan debt would have played out such that 90% of those who would have received it on an annual basis make less than $75,000 a year. And we're talking about young people who have otherwise talked with me and everyone knows, who are worrying about whether they will ever be able to start a family.
Joining us now is consumer researcher Dr. Tanisha Watkins. Doctor, good morning. We were covering this story last week. I was doing some research and I pulled up an article that...
No, before this video continues, something I kind of picked and I'd love to be corrected from majority of you guys. The student loan is not just being suffered by majority Black women. Because when I was doing this research, one thing I've picked is that majority of those who are popping or claim to have the most student loans is the Black women. What about the Black men in America? And the Black men going to school? Because still in this video, I think it's this video or I think the next one, which explains, of course, the percentage of graduates in the Black women and also the Black men, the percentage. And it seems like the Black women are the ones who are actually, going to college a lot. So I'd love to understand, is it a equal thing or is this just the mainstream media trying to actually pinpoint on just Black women? I'm trying to understand that.
Was showing the data points that the people who have borrowed the most student loans are Black women, and the people who are likely to have the highest individual balance are Black women. Now, we heard Vice President Harris say there's a lot of real fear for student loans affecting this group.
How factual is that? I need to understand.
And their future, things like starting a family, buying a home. Why is this demographic so impacted by it? And what are the repercussions for that now that this loan forgiveness is no longer...
All right, thank you, Ansanken. I see it says Black women have the most because they are more acceptable to, okay, that is in the white society, in the workplace. Okay, all right, but there's still discrimination, I bet.
Available potentially.
Yeah. Good morning. Really great questions. And so I think that Black women are disproportionately affected by student loan debt because we have to take into consideration the socio-cultural factors that impact our decisions to go to college. Women see college, getting advanced degrees, as an opportunity to.
As you can see, the Black women, the graduates we have, oh, this is the average debt. Oh, okay. The amongst the Black women, this is 37,000. Let's say $38,000. Then amongst the male graduates, it's almost $19,000.
Improve their lives, but also the lives of those around them. And so I have a hypothesis here. And I think one key factor is the ego, right? We know that Black women, our credibility tends to be questioned. And therefore, when we're looking at places to go for college, we're thinking about what are those institutions that are going to enhance my credibility so that I'm deemed employable. And sometimes those top universities means going out of state, means going to a private university. And so this is one belief that I have of why women are so disproportionately affected by the student loan debt.
I mean, I can understand that. When I was looking at schools for graduate school where I needed a scholarship because otherwise I was going to have to take out loans, and I'm still paying the loans that I have, if you're not in.
I believe that's a cap. Of course, white journalists somehow will just, I'm not going to wind up with that one. Let me share the next one. Because for me, I feel like as much as Unsunken on, yes, we've explained it, which of course does make sense. I feel like also men are also suffering from this because we have men who are trying to pursue, of course, different careers. But majority will not be able to do so because of the debt. Let me share this one. Then I'll share the next one. Yeah, let me share this one.
Recent research.
It's a list that nobody wants to top.
Recent research reveals Georgia has the second most outstanding student loan debt of all 50 states.
Yeah.
On average, each borrower owes $42,000. Can you imagine coming out of college with that kind of debt, making very little money?
I mean, what are you gonna be doing? Because that's crazy. If I have all that student loan debt, and then okay, I get a job. What am I living for? I don't even have no generation, because I think that is also part of what is explained slightly on this video. No generational wealth. It's a community, especially when you talk about the Black people generally. There is no generational wealth in America. No lands, no businesses to take over. Now I'm on a student loan debt. Nah, I'm moving to Africa. Trust me. If I were me, I'm moving to Africa. Trust me. I don't care. I'm gonna have to adapt to the life. I'm gonna have to, because there's no I'm killing myself. Are they gonna follow me if I don't pay the debt? That's something I'd love to understand too, because America is just so crazy. It's crazy.
Georgia trails Maryland by only $1,000. Atlanta News First Don Shipman breaks down how it is disproportionately affecting Black communities.
Yeah, nearly every student I talked with today here at Morehouse College say that they have at least some level of college loan debt. And a new study out today says that Black students disproportionately have more debt and have a harder time paying it off. The group behind that study says that if they could get a break in paying back those loans, it could level the playing field.
We're already starting behind.
Morehouse School of Business student Blake Odom says the Biden administration's student loan forgiveness program would make the world of difference for him and other students who look like him.
Tack on this weight of student debt, which makes it harder for you to buy a home.
Know firsthand the economic and emotional toll of this debt.
More than 642,000 people across Georgia, 57,000 in metro Atlanta have some level of student loan debt. A new study by the Student Borrower Protection Center, a group advocating for the passage of the president's loan forgiveness program, says due to a lack of generational wealth, more than 90% of Black students make the difficult decision to take out college loans to pay for a 4-year degree. compared to only 66% of white students. The group calls student debt a civil rights crisis.
Today's report is a reminder of the communities that have the most to gain from student debt relief, and unfortunately have the most to lose.
The ills of society always impact the least of us.
Senator Reverend Raphael Warnock out with a statement today saying in part, student debt relief would significantly lift Georgians' economic burdens, especially Black and brown Georgians.
But these are people who are not doing anything, just
Student debt relief will help keep our economy growing strong for all Georgians.
We can look at how much their families make and so on and so forth. And then we understand people who come from areas of poverty trying to get a college degree, it's extremely expensive.
And President Biden's plan is facing a lot of opposition. A group of GOP senators introducing a resolution to overturn it. Meanwhile, the plan is currently blocked as the Supreme Court is set to issue its response and decision at some point in June or early July. On the campus of Morehouse College here in Atlanta.
yeah. So it's crazy. So you are in a crowd listening to Beyonce talking about my children. I am a mother. I understand that you have your child, probably even you yourself. You're still paying maybe your own student loan debts. You know, it is crazy, man. It is crazy, and sadly, you don't have representatives, you don't have leaders who can actually try fight for that space for you. Globally, we have just people have been put as just images of us, but don't do anything. You know, the fight is on us ourselves individually. But before we get to continue on the next one, let me go back to the comments a little bit. I see what you guys are saying. I see Kamala. And Sankaran says Kamala Shasha interview is going to be gay. That's a nice one. I also see says talking about Obama. Yes, we have Obama juniors here. So many people, trust me, in the western parts of Kenya, especially in Nyanza, we have so many people who have named their children after Obama. Especially when he landed in Kenya, immediately, like the pregnant women who gave birth that season, named their kids after Obama. You know, because even most of the times you find that our women will be like, nah, you know, if you get pregnant, ensure you keep your baby because you don't know if they're gonna be the next Obama. You know, like, you know, take care of your child, treat them good because you don't know if they're gonna be the next president. That's the type of mentality most of our people have here. You know, it's crazy. But I also see Jason who also saying created picture pedophile Obama. That's true. Ricky Snow who also in the building says Africa is going to kiss our ass just like Obama. I really hope not, because when she came to Ghana after that, she faced some criticisms after she came to Ghana, because when she came to Ghana, she told Ghanaians, I'm the first black vice president. You guys should, I don't know, whatever her speech was all about. Then they were pushing the LGBTQ agenda and so many agendas she had come with. Actually, that's the time they came to push the LGBTQ agenda to be signed by Nana Akufo-Addo, which till now, of course, he has not made a decision. Ghanaians are demonstrating about that, why a president is not making a decision on something that he should have made a decision on. So I really hope not. I really hope Africa right now is so much a walk to really be, not everyone, again, I'm going to be very specific. The number of group of people, those who have a walk, they can shed light to, and, you know, criticize her if she comes on the continent, because there's no democracy, no trade, no investment that we're going to benefit from them. That's all a bluff. Jason also says a lot of people are just stupid. We need to they need to take a dirt nap and they probably come back, but not on the third realm. Nothing worth coming back for. I agree with you. That is so true, because we really can't save everyone. Good evening, John Mosquito, as well. One more time. I also see earlier you were saying so many celebrities out of nowhere promote Kamala. I know that's right. And then remember, we also had Joe Biden, not Joe Biden, I mean Bill Gates. That was, I think, last weekend. He donated 50 million, right? $50 million if I'm not wrong. And I also see John Mosquito is speaking about, is that Beyonce? I thought it was a white woman. It is Beyonce. Remember, there's a time we were reviewing their pictures right here, how they have bleached. Even Rihanna, they have become super, super light. Sometimes they say it's money, but that is more than money, you know. Just also says they're feeling all that bogus lower energy. It's crazy. And also see saying John Mosquito that they drink of history. Sounds like Obama all over again. And of course, and Sangin also says Beyonce has never used the word precipitators before in our 40 years of life. And also see John Mosquito says that these celebrities come across like they are being forced to do all this promotion. They don't look comfortable at all. I'm not sure about that, but I can say they're doing their job. That is one thing I can say. One thing we know for sure is that they're doing their job. That is part of their job. You are a celebrity, you have numbers, we want you to appear outside there. Maybe it's true what you're saying. Maybe I've not read the body motion and all that. I've not focused on that. But yeah, it's where you need to get the number of people to believe this is the right party to vote for, you know? Because I'm not seeing them pump the same on Trump's side. You know, on Trump's side, we just had Elon Musk, Eminem, you know, we've not had some bunch of celebrities and all that, you know. Kamala Harris has been Megan the Stallion. Who else? Like now we have Kelly Rowland, Beyonce, and so much to continue, you know, with that crazy laugh. You know, she has always a crazy laugh. But I also see John was Crit also added, she looks like someone who got a gun into her head, forcing her to speak. Well, I've really not looked at the body motions. I'd be literally lying to judge on that. And Sankin also added that black women have the most because they are more acceptable to the white society in the workplace. That is under the student loan. He also adds that black women don't talk back to their white bosses. Of course, we're gonna be fired, definitely. Majority of the cases. And John Mosquito also says, I believe it's equal, but black women are given more degrees and black men are downgraded purposely to make black women appear more competent, in the society, which is so bad. I feel like in that angle, it's the women to be blamed. Sorry to say, but it's just the truth. It's just the truth. I kind of fail to understand how where the black love died, to be specific. That's the term I can use. Where did the black love go? You know, like where you could die, do anything for your man, for your woman. Where did that go? Because personally, I still treasure that a lot, like a whole lot, and I feel like a lot of people back in Africa still consider that a lot. Because if I try look at the kind of upbringing that we have on the both sides of the world, it's different when it comes to morals, um, when it comes to culture, when it comes to how to take in relationships, friendships, a lot of things. You know, we don't really believe in that disrespect until maybe you push it. You know, I feel like for me, I'll become disrespectful if it's only pushed, but I'll respect you literally till my last breath. So I feel like with this, the black men being downgraded purposely is because the women have also accepted that if they refused and say that our men actually are supposed to be the lead and they should. But anyway, who am I talking to? I don't know, man. John was close to says, I'm just saying, I don't know. You know, it's a white society, it's a white community, so I don't know. Maybe they wanted to do that and maybe the J said no. Maybe they tried. It was impossible. I don't know, do no blame games, but at the same time, should have tried harder. You know, should have tried harder. John Mosquito says, do you have to be earning a certain amount before repaying the student debt in America? I think so. Of course, you have to be earning something for you to start paying back the debt. And then Sakina says most of the black men that work in a professional setting are effeminate, and or gay. Okay, then yeah. So you have to be all right. You gotta be either a coon, and you have to be either in this. You have to be caught up, literally. You know, you have to be. You have to be in the matrix, literally. And also see, John also says, Joby, the whole world is crazy. I know it is. He also says they keep us in the whole of these student loans, that is unsunken one. John also says a college degree is only valuable if you attend a high ranking college. Otherwise, you better off do some of the apparent I can't pronounce that, but yes, I understood you. And she was the first Indian. John was going to say also, if Kamala Harris was married to a black man, maybe, just maybe, she might have gotten a pass but she married a handle. Maybe. I'd say maybe. Maybe. Yeah. And I also see, still you add that, Joby, it's not black women's fault. It's just this. Yeah. That's why I say I don't want to do no blame games. I caution that. I say I don't want to do no blame games. But I feel like they should have tried harder, because everything majority has been favoring them, you know, majority. Not all the time. Not all the time. I believe, of course, there's that discrimination falls for not just, it falls for the black people globally, whether you're a woman, whether you're a child, whether you're a man. But when it comes to the financial gain, I feel like the women should have fought also for that space for the men. I don't know. Maybe if I'm making sense or not. Maybe. But anyway, as we get to continue now to the next video, to the main video of the show of today, like I said, we shall be discussing about, of course, the new major earthquake alert that is expected in New Madrid, and of course, where millions also are expected to lose their lives. This comes, of course, weeks after the crazy hurricane we saw. The agenda, of course, which so many videos that we shared during that time was discussing what really it's all about. So this video actually is explaining further. Well, of course, there's lithium that was discovered. They're talking about the agenda of them using this lithium, um, and what is expected, literally, weather, weapon, or weather control.
This video is going to be a part 2 to this morning's video, where I had spoken about how news and media was letting us know that researchers have found the world's largest lithium deposit under Arkansas. This time I'm reading the article from The Hill, which was published on October 21st. This article is titled, "Researchers Say Arkansas May Have 19 Million Tons of Lithium Critical for Battery Power." Now, the powers that be are saying that they want lithium because of EVs, electronic vehicles, for the future, but there's something they're not telling us. The real reason why they want lithium, it's multi-purpose, and it's going to be very important for their 15-minute smart cities, and again, for other reasons. But at the end of the day, they still really want this lithium, and currently what they're telling us anyway is that they have to import a lot of the lithium from other countries. But it's been found out that Arkansas,
Yes, John Mosquito,
sits on top of the biggest lithium reserves. And well, that's not good, because we know what happens when certain companies, certain organizations, the powers that be want minerals, they want land. And if certain people do not want to give up their land, if they do not want to leave, well, like I said in my previous video, nature will make them leave.
Nature indeed, nature indeed. This is in Maui, Hawaii, where of course we had them um, using the laser.
But again, as I had also stated, it's not really nature. These researchers, these companies have to have known for quite some time now that lithium sits under Arkansas. They're playing coy. They're playing like this is the first time they realized that Arkansas was the biggest holder of lithium. But they have known for quite some time, but they are now slowly trying to bring us into the discussion. So then what are we looking at here when it comes to Arkansas? Are we looking at another Maui? Are we looking at another North Carolina and so forth? Are we going to see a massive hurricane? Are we going to see some type of fire that outbreaks and displaces a lot of people? But I was reading some comments in the comment section of my previous video that I'm not going to lie, really freaked me out. It was the comment of the new Madrid fault line. And I do have to credit you all for this because it did not dawn on me at first or to put that two and two together. But as soon as I read the new Madrid fault line, everything is really starting to make sense. Now, I want you to go ahead and take a look at this computer simulation, which was released by the USGS, the United States Geological Survey, on April 4th, just 4 days before the April 8th solar eclipse. And as you can see in this computer simulation, the new Madrid fault line, there's an earthquake which erupts on Blythesville, Arkansas. What is very interesting about this earthquake is that, yes, while this earthquake will cause massive damage to the surrounding area, which is Tennessee, Mississippi, and Illinois, but if you watch this computer simulation, you will see that southern Arkansas, Little Rock, will take the brunt of this earthquake. You cannot make this up. The yellow and red radar just flows through South Arkansas, where in the other locations, the power of the earthquake eventually fades away. Most of the power, like I said, heads directly to South Arkansas. This is the location where they are saying this earthquake will hit the hardest, is also the same exact location that holds the world's most lithium reserves. You cannot make this up. Now, in my most recent video about the new Madrid fault line, and I have been making quite a few videos on this fault line ever since the April 8th solar eclipse, where the 2017 solar eclipse crossed paths with the 2024 solar eclipse directly over the new Madrid fault line, like it had done back in the 1800s. And then sometime after, there was a series of massive earthquakes. Well, in that video, I was saying, why do they keep telling us about the new Madrid fault line? Why do they keep running drills on the new Madrid fault line in 2024, more so than they have ever done before?
Prepping for when it does, like these drills at a mall, as there's a 25 to 40% chance of a magnitude 6 quake in the next 50 years.
So we're simulating a collapse of the mall with search and rescue.
It's just one of many drills this year.
And we were looking through rubble, smashed delivery trucks, try and locate somebody or a sign of life.
They must have ran about 5, 6, 7 drills and simulations on this fault line in 2024. And you'll have some people say that, well, that's normal. They are just running exercises in case this happens one day to make sure everybody makes it out okay. But this is not normal. They do not run this many drills in 1 year. They do not run this many simulations in 1 year. They even have a movie which was released in 2024 which shows a earthquake striking the new Madrid fault line, a 10.0 earthquake, and how much damage it'll cause. Yes, it's a B movie. Yes, it's not a good movie, but it doesn't matter. They will have to show us this any way they can, even if it's a low-budget Hollywood movie. But not just that, this year, the University of Kentucky and FEMA, they were running the numbers. They were running totals. They were calculating how many people would lose their lives, how much it would cost if a 8.0 earthquake were to strike the new Madrid fault line. How many people would be without power? How many people would be without water? And this was all calculated in 2024. Why do they keep talking about this fault line? Why do they keep running drills? Why do they keep running simulations? Well, now it makes a lot of sense when you include in the fact of these lithium reserves. So when the earthquake happens and it causes untold devastation we can't imagine, they can just say, there's no conspiracy to be had here. We did not manipulate this. We have been warning you about this. They are just trying to mentally prepare us with their playbook. But unfortunately for them, we know the why and we know the how. The only thing we don't know is the when. But I can only think it's going to happen anytime between 2025 and 2027. I do believe they said that they are going to start mining the Arkansas area for lithium in 2027.
Methods. The company said small-scale drilling can begin very soon, but the oil giant expects to be up to full production by 2027. And their claims in the Smackover Formation could produce enough lithium for more than 1 million electric vehicles by the end of the decade.
We are now moving at breakneck speed.
I mean, look at these articles that have been coming out very recently, and this is just more proof they are getting us mentally prepared for this new Madrid earthquake. This article, which was published on October 19th, escape routes when not if Missouri has a catastrophic earthquake. Now look, I am 100% fine warning people, informing people how to escape, where to go in case this earthquake were to erupt. But with this increase of information coming out, with this increase of warning the public, it seems like they know something. And this is all a part of their playbook about this new Madrid earthquake. So again, I don't want anybody to take it the wrong way. I'm 100% fine with warning people how to escape. But again, I feel like this is all falling into that mental preparedness to mentally prepare us for what they have planned. This is also me not saying that the earthquake will not happen. Not whatsoever. I have been making, like I said, I've been making plenty of videos on the New Madrid fault line because I strongly feel like it will happen, but it won't be natural. I'm just going to say that. We're going to go ahead and play this video from Fox 2 where they talk about the escape routes.
All new at 10, scientists say it's a matter of when, not if, there will be a major earthquake in the new Madrid seismic zone, centered about 160 miles south of
What's
St.
going on,
Louis.
family? Sorry, Joby, I had no internet shit. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. What's up?
I had no internet. I was thinking I had no internet because it must have been bad thoughts about punching you in the head. Goddamn, Joby, was my internet around this bitch?
Yes, sorry, man. Sorry. But yeah, Karibu Sana, we are way ahead, so I don't even know
I
what to
knew,
say.
I knew, I already knew what you were gonna say. I'm already about to end it, so you came
No,
too late.
no.
I knew you're gonna talk your shit.
I didn't say we're about to end. I say we are way ahead. Like
What we
we're way.
talking about here? What are we talking about?
Well, on the second hour, so I was just sharing this video of the new major earthquake alert that is uh, expected in New Madrid. That is what basically this video is explaining, and where of course they are also taking control. They are starting to literally dig up the lithium that we're talking about. The main reason why they caused the hurricane is literally talking about the weather control, the weather
Okay.
they have.
Yeah.
This one here is expected. Millions of people are gonna lose their lives, literally. So it's crazy.
Came in 1895, only on Fox Tonight. Andy Banker shows us the big concern.
I'm gonna just restart it.
This video is going to be a part 2 to this morning's video where I had spoken about how news and media was letting us know that researchers have found the world's largest lithium deposit under Arkansas. This time I'm reading the article from The Hill, which was published on October 24th.
Oh, now it's in Arkansas. Another place about Arkansas about to get fucked up. Watch.
Researchers say Arkansas may have 19 million tons of lithium critical for battery power. Now, the powers that be are saying that they want lithium because of EVs, electronic vehicles, for the future. But there's something
Which is garbage. That's not going to work, guys. That's not going to work. The EV is a scam. All the electric vehicles don't. It's all a scam. It doesn't work. It's not good technology. And it costs more energy to create a lithium battery. Remember, once you understand what the scam, I already knew what a scam was going to always lead back. Always lead you back to the small hats. Ain't it funny? Always lead you back to the cats with the hats every time. But I knew that. But this is a money grab. So you're buy all this shit from them, keeping them wealthy, and it doesn't start the carbon footprint and none of that shit they talking about. It's all a lie. And carbon is not bad. It's good. Carbon's not bad for the planet. It's good. Go ahead, Joby.
Why they want lithium. It's multi-purpose, and it's going to be very important for their 15-minute smart cities, and again, for other reasons.
Exactly, 15-minute cities. Remember, that's why they destroyed Tampa. They want to make Tampa a 15-minute city. They want to make Nairobi a 15-minute city. All throughout the world, they got certain cities they're going to make slave camps. Nairobi, Tampa, parts of Saudi Arabia, all of it. These certain cities, they already got designated. These are going to be the slave camps. Go ahead, Joe.
Currently, what they're telling us anyway is that they have to import a lot of the lithium from other countries. But it's been found out that Arkansas sits on top of the biggest lithium reserves. And well, that's not good because we know what happens when certain companies, certain organizations, the powers that be want minerals, they want land. And if certain people do not want to give up their land, if they do not want to leave, well, like I said in my previous video, nature will make them leave. But again, as I had also stated, it's not really nature. These researchers, these companies have to have known for quite some time now that lithium sits under Arkansas. They're playing coy. They're playing like this is the first time they realized that Arkansas was the biggest holder of lithium. But they have known for quite some time, but they are now slowly trying to bring us into the discussion. So then what are we looking at here when it comes to Arkansas? Are we looking at another Maui? Are we looking at another North Carolina and so forth? Are we going to see a massive hurricane? Are we going to see some type of fire that outbreaks and displaces a lot of people? But I was reading some comments in the comment section of my previous video that, I'm not going to lie, really freaked me out. It was the comments of the new Madrid fault line. And I do have to credit you all for this because it did not dawn on me at first or to put that two and two together. But
Make
as
an
soon as I
earthquake on
read
their ass.
the new Madrid fault line, everything
Earthquake.
is really starting to make sense. Now, I
That's
want
right.
you to go ahead and take a look at this computer simulation, which was released by the USGS, the United States Geological Survey, on April 4th, just 4 days before the April 8th solar eclipse. And as you can see in this computer simulation, the new Madrid fault line, there's an earthquake which erupts on Blythesville, Arkansas. What is very interesting about this earthquake is that, yes, while this earthquake will cause massive damage to the surrounding area, which is Tennessee, Mississippi, and Illinois, but if you watch this computer simulation, you will see that southern Arkansas, Little Rock, will take the brunt of this earthquake. You cannot make this up. The yellow and red radar just flows through South Arkansas, where in
And
the
it'll
other
be
locations, the
devastating.
power
It'll
of the
be
earthquake
devastating.
eventually fades away. Most of the power, like I said, heads directly to South Arkansas. This is the location where they are saying
Of the
this
mind.
earthquake will hit the hardest, is also the same exact location
Where
that
lithium's
holds
at.
the world's most lithium reserves. You
Wow,
cannot make
wow,
this up.
wow.
Now, in my most recent video about the new Madrid fault line, and I have been making quite a few videos on this fault line ever since the April 8th solar eclipse, where the 2017 solar eclipse crossed paths with the 2024 solar eclipse directly over the new Madrid fault line, like it had done back in the 1800s. And then sometime after, there was a series of massive earthquakes. Well,
And
in
let me
that
tell you,
video,
pause it, pause
again,
it, pause, pause it, Drew, pause it, pause it, pause it. And let me tell you something about southern Arkansas. Very poor, very rural. They will not survive it. They will be tossed out. They won't be able to rebuild because they're impoverished. Very poor. Arkansas is one of the most poor states in the country. Do this for me, Joby, real quick. Keep that up. Open the tab. Say how poor is Arkansas? Arkansas is one of the poorest states in the country. I wouldn't advise anybody living there anyway, even without the hurricane. But I mean, without the earthquake. One of
The same while Arkansas does the high poverty rate, it is not out of a line with many of our neighborhood states. Arkansas poverty rate is over 17% and the
high.
seventh highest in the nation.
Yeah, exactly. Very high. Very poor state. And that part of Arkansas I've been to poor as shit. I'm talking about niggas living in shacks. You talking about Africa? Shit. Motherfuckers living in shacks out that bitch like slavery days. So if they have an earthquake there, they would not survive it. They would not survive it. They would be torn. They would be moved out. They won't be able to fight because they are impoverished. That's the whole state is poor, but that reason they're talking about, I've been to there, baby. That part of northern Arkansas and southern Arkansas and northern Louisiana, because remember that northern Louisiana and southern Arkansas are together. It's poor as hell. So they'll be moving them people up out of there. And it's the biggest lithium on the planet. Oh yeah, that's gonna look like the Congo, baby. You getting that? And I'm telling you, southern Arkansas is right full of niggas. You're gonna be gone. Southern Arkansas, northern Louisiana is nigga town heaven. You're gonna be up out of there. Go ahead, Joby.
Telling us about the new Madrid fault line. Why do they keep running drills on the new Madrid fault line in 2024, more so than they have ever done before?
Prepping for when it does, like these drills at a mall, as there's a 25 to 40% chance of a magnitude 6 quake in the next 50 years.
So we're simulating a collapse of the mall with search and rescue.
It's just one of many drills
Nah, they
this
wouldn't go back
year.
to no
We were
Arkansas,
looking through
Ricky.
rubble, smashed delivery trucks, try and locate somebody or a sign of life.
They must have ran about 5, 6, 7 drills and simulations on this fault line in 2024. And you'll have some people say that, well, that's normal. They are just running exercises in case this happens one day to make sure everybody makes it out okay. But this is not normal. They do not run this many drills in 1 year. They do not run this many simulations in 1 year. They even have a movie which was released in 2024, which shows a earthquake striking the New Madrid fault line, a 10.0 earthquake, and how much damage it'll cause. Yes, it's a B movie. Yes, it's not a good movie, but it doesn't matter. They will have to show us this any way they can, even if it's a low budget Hollywood movie. But not just that, this year, the University of Kentucky and FEMA, they were running the numbers. They were running totals. They were calculating how many people would lose their lives, how much it would cost if a 8.0 earthquake were to strike the New Madrid fault line. How many people would be without power? How many people would be without water? And this was all calculated in 2024. Why do they keep talking about this fault line? Why do they keep running drills? Why do they keep running simulations? Well, now it makes a lot of sense when you include in the fact of these lithium reserves. So when the earthquake happens and it causes untold devastation we can't imagine, they can just say, there's no conspiracy to be had here. We did not manipulate this. We have been warning you about this. They are just trying to mentally prepare us with their playbook. But unfortunately for them, we know the why and we know the how. The only thing we don't know is the when. But I can only think it's going to happen anytime between 2025 and 2027. I do believe they said that they are going to start mining the Arkansas area for lithium in 2027.
Methods. The company said small-scale drilling can begin very soon, but the oil giant expects to be up to full production by 2027. And their claims in the Smackover Formation could produce enough lithium for more than 1 million electric vehicles by the end of the decade.
And we are now moving at breakneck speed.
I mean, look at these articles that have been coming out very recently, and this is just more proof they are getting us mentally prepared for this New Madrid earthquake. This article, which was published on October 19th, escape routes when not if Missouri has a catastrophic earthquake. Now look, I am 100% fine warning people, informing people how to escape, where to go in case this earthquake were to erupt. But with this increase of information coming out, with this increase of warning the public, it seems like they know something. And this is all a part of their playbook about this New Madrid earthquake. So again, I don't want anybody to take it the wrong way. I am 100% fine with warning people how to escape. But again, I feel like this is all falling into that mental preparedness to mentally prepare us for what they have planned. This is also me not saying that the earthquake will not happen. Not whatsoever. I have been making, like I said, I've been making plenty of videos on the New Madrid fault line because I strongly feel like it will happen, but it won't be natural. I'm just going to say that. We're going to go ahead and play this video from Fox 2 where they talk about the escape routes.
All new at 10, scientists say it's a matter of when, not if, there will be a major earthquake in the New Madrid seismic zone, centered about 160 miles south of St. Louis.
It's the last major quake that came in 18...
My internet been so bad when back out. I'm over by the villages in Florida, the biggest retirement place of old white people in the world. Yeah, they racist as hell too. I don't got good internet over here. My internet's been terrible. This is called predictive programming. They're letting you know they're gonna do it. That's why they're letting it know on all their news. Remember, they own all the news. Everybody say it's not a question of if, but when. When they decide to do it, not a question of if, but when. So they're letting you know. They want to put out a universe so they won't get responsible for it. They won't have the karma kickback from it. The cause and effect. We're letting you know we're gonna do it. If you don't get out, oh well. Go ahead, Joby.
1995, only on Fox Tonight. Andy Banker shows us the big concern most of us overlook and the new effort to change that.
The scientists can't tell us for sure, but they say another major earthquake is eventually coming along the New Madrid fault line. And now there are concerns about what to do in the aftermath. Are there enough ways to get people out of here?
There ain't no way no one's going to get out of here. I tried to drive out, but I don't think I'd make it.
You pretty much live on the fault line, don't you?
Yeah, right on it. It's our fault.
It's our fault. Residents have adopted the town's slogan and accepted what a large earthquake could mean. Researchers are working to change that view now for 8 southeastern Missouri counties that surround the New Madrid Fault, which hugs the Mississippi River from southern Missouri and Illinois into Arkansas, Kentucky, and Tennessee.
How do we plan the evacuation?
University of Missouri civil engineering professor Praveen Idara is leading a team of researchers in a close to $300,000 study on how best to evacuate about 300,000 residents in the event of a catastrophic quake. Nearly all of them have felt recent rumblings.
Thought a truck had hit the side of the house.
Butler County Emergency Management Director Robbie Myers is still a little shaken up from November's small 4.0 quake in Poplar Bluff. He says strong quakes in similarly active seismic zones across the globe show that getting people away from the destruction to medical services elsewhere will save lives. But here, there may be only one direction to go.
All of our evacuation plans are to go west, just the assumptions that possibly we might not be able to cross the Mississippi River because some of the bridges might have been damaged.
And that's a big hindrance, is that you're not going to get a lot of people going to the east.
Liquefaction along the Mississippi River banks is a very high possibility.
Liquefaction happens when water saturates sediment loosened by seismic waves. Roads and buildings may float on the soupy ground and then break away. So in the New Madrid zone, I-55, the best north-south escape route, and bridges to the east, like this one to Cairo, Illinois, may sink or slide. The research team is running computer models focusing on the scarcity of highways west from Cape Girardeau and points south like Charleston and Sykeston, then New Madrid, on down to Hayti in the Boot Heel. They're plugging in various quake magnitudes and epicenters
to see how, if you don't have 3 of the main bridges, how much additional delay will that cause?
Surveys are also going out to residents to see how they would respond. And ultimately, map apps on phones could be updated to point them to the safest way out.
Tools that people would have in their hands and would tell them, hey, this
you wouldn't make it out of there. I've been there. That many roads, they got I-55 that comes out of Memphis. Memphis taking you up from Mississippi up to Memphis. Memphis taking you up to Arkansas. Arkansas up to Missouri. Then Missouri splits off to 57. After going to Illinois, you're talking about Cairo. Cairo, Illinois, or straight up to St. Louis. Man, you ain't making it out of there. You're in a lot of backwoods, Jack. You might as well just say it's over for me. Say to whatever deity you believe in, Jesus, Allah, fucking Buddha, you know, the fat old motherfucker at the corner selling your tacos, whatever. Say to him.
Great. That's so sad, but let me go to the comments before we get closer to winding up. Where was I? Okay, I see. John Mosquito was saying the problem has been that we have understood how the system is set up to work against the black family. Yeah, I agree with you. And that's what I was saying. I feel like, I don't know if maybe black women have understood that, but if they really knew that, they would have fought harder, trying to stand up for their men, and also see and second one, they agreeing with me. And also John Mosquito says lithium isn't that for battery. Exactly. And also see Jason saying, damn, all my folks on your pop's side family are from the Arkansas Little Rock. All right, thank you for letting us know.
Okay, they're from Little Rock. Well, they're telling you they still there and I can survive it. And you know about the poverty south of Arkansas right there. That shit, you go to them towns more, that shit crazy. And some parts of America have never, every time about Africa, some parts of America have never developed, but most people never see them. I've been throughout the country and I've seen the most underdeveloped regions of America. That's why I knew that part of northern Louisiana and southern Arkansas right there, those two, when they come together, you got a bunch of casinos out there. You're like, well, you got casinos out here? Everybody broke. But they put them out there so people can come there, and they don't want them in that. People don't want casinos in their damn town. They put them out in the middle of nowhere. So they tell the poor people, yeah, we're going to build roads. They don't have to build no roads with that shit. Or build good schools with that money. They just keep all that money for them casinos. Southern Arkansas and North Louisiana is full of damn casinos. It's crazy.
I also
Every Every gas station got a damn casino. That's about Joby. You go get some gas. Hey, you want to get in this casino, Joby? You want to win some money, pretty lady? I got nothing but like $2. But come on in and give you the $2. You go out and you leave out without your $2.
Now you got no gas money. Now you ain't got.
That's right.
You ain't driving. You don't.
Now you can walk. Now you can go work in the kitchen and wash dishes. Get the money back.
I also see a job was to say is I was contemplating getting an electric car 2 years ago until Brother Keith said something about them blowing up. Yeah,
Really blow up. I told my stupid son not to go get it. Blew up. Almost killed this dumbass. Dad, I was in the hospital. I tried to call you. I didn't ever get no call. You didn't answer the phone. I was all fucked up. Well, I told you don't buy no electric car, dummy. Told you don't buy one. So, hey, but you're an adult. You grown. Like Joe. Let me tell Joby and my kids, I'm grown, okay? Hey, my fault. My bad. My bad. I know you're grown. My bad. I don't mean to, my bad. Hey, do your thing. Get blown the fuck up.
Yeah, John Mosquito don't get yourself an electric car, Let's say if you get yourself in that hurricane, that car.
Do this real quick before we leave, Joe. Why you would you come and say, go to YouTube and say, electric buses catching on fire, or electric cars. Just say electric vehicles catching on fire. And remember, the lithium, they can't put them out. They don't know how to put the motherfuckers out, so you can't put water on it. It'll blow up. So if you're on fire, they can't even help you. You just gonna burn to death. Then lithium vehicles catching on fire, or electric vehicles. The lithium batteries.
Okay, let the ad play as we get to continue to
Yeah,
for that.
yeah.
I see also that was Ricky. He says ever since Bill Clinton left president's office, 2000.
That's Arkansas. They never went back to Arkansas.
2000 him and
You knew Hillary. You knew Hillary and Bill were not going back to Arkansas. Just like you should have known Obama's wasn't going back to Chicago. That's always a scam they use to bring them to power. You know damn well the damn Clintons were not going back to no fucked up Arkansas.
Thank you for pronouncing. I'm trying. I'm not that white guy, Joe Mosquito. It's Arkansas, not Arkansas. That guy was saying Arkansas. Yeah. I've tried. I've really tried. Yeah.
You got it right, Arkansas. Hell, the black people in Arkansas can't even see Arkansas, Joby. The black people in Arkansas can't even pronounce Arkansas. I go Arkansas, Arkansas, yeah. What? Where you live at? I told you, man, I live Arkansas. What the fuck is that? Where's that at? I told you, man, Arkansas.
Let me this ad to finish up, then I share the video.
www.bestapal.com to get started.
Now, with an urgent alert in the aftermath of Hurricane Ian in Florida, some electric vehicles have been bursting into flames. Our chief national correspondent, Matt Gutman, has more on some of the hurricane-damaged vehicles. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, Robin. So this is a typical lot where they'd store cars that have been totaled by flood damage. You can see how closely parked all those vehicles are. And this is a field where they have to store EVs so they don't burst into flames and burn anything else down. And right now in Florida, officials are sounding the alarm and they're asking the federal government for guidance.
In Hurricane Ian's aftermath, electric vehicles bursting into flames spontaneously after being damaged in floodwaters.
Wow, I didn't even know this. Damn.
Prompting an urgent new warning from the state.
Is the theory that when salt water interacts with these EV batteries, they turn into something of a time bomb?
Well, we just can assume that that's contributing to it because all these are storm damaged vehicles that were flooded.
It's a real concern among firefighters. Those fires proving very difficult to put out.
So how much water would you put
can't
on
put it out? Exactly.
Sometimes
you
just
can't
take
put
a
it
tank
out.
of water on the engine, around 750 to 1,000 gallons.
How much on something
These,
like this?
we're doing 8,000 plus gallons of water, just constant flow, trying to cool
can't put it
them
out.
down and stop the battery.
So like 10 to 12 times the amount of water is required to put a car out like this.
Easily.
An EV.
Correct.
And they can reignite. Tim Baker towed this Tesla to his lot after firefighters put it out.
I went back in my office, got a drink, sat down on the couch, and one of my employees yelled, "Hey, there's a fire."
Baker had to push the car out into the street.
Another eventful day.
And you can see the car still on skids, pumping smoke, sputtering into flames. They had to plunk it in the drainage ditch.
And that can be used in a mosquito all fucked up.
Who are just refusing to tow these vehicles.
That's right. I'm not towing that
pretty much
shit.
so. I mean, they're very dangerous cars to tow. They have a potential to catch fire at pretty much any time.
And storing flooded EVs is increasingly a problem.
This field has been specifically designated for electric vehicles that have been flooded out by Hurricane Ian. Every single one of them has to be spaced 50 feet apart in case they spontaneously burst into flames. The traditional cars in this lot, parked on the other side, they can be parked close together.
Bobby Schneider, who trains first responders on handling EV fires, says the potential dangers remain.
That's part of our concern, is that when they come into areas that have no electricity and they restore power to the grid, what about the vehicles that are sitting in garages or parking garages that were plugged in, charging before the storm surge happened?
And now Florida State Fire Marshal calling on federal officials for action. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration responding in a letter acknowledging the problem, writing, lithium-ion vehicle battery fires have been observed both rapidly igniting and igniting several weeks after battery damage occurred. That State Fire Marshal now calling on EV companies to pitch in.
We need you to lean forward, partner with us, and understand how we can protect our first responders, how we can save people's homes from burning down.
So
it's a boondoggle, guys. They should never made them.
That have been flooded.
It's a boondoggle.
Especially in salt water, you're going to want to make sure first that you unplug it from the electricity. You might also want to alert authorities so they can pull it 50 feet away from any structure. Guys, but it is important to note, every expert we've been talking to is saying that EVs are not necessarily more dangerous than a traditional gas-powered vehicle. They just...
Yeah, they are. They gotta say that to keep their job. Yeah, they are. You sure can't. They can't put them out. So you driving that Jimmy Skid, you done ran all day walking down, your shit on fire. They can't put the shit out. Then it gets on fire again. You look at this. Yeah, bikes, all this shit. They can't put that fire out. They grab his ass. Look at him. Oh shit. That's right. See, still on fire. They can't put that fire out. They can't put the shit out. This is a boondoggle. It's phony, but this is what their leader pushing. You got buses. Motherfucker tell me one of them buses got that shit. I ain't riding that shit. You can't get out. Told you he sprayed all that shit. Did it stop it? No. You be in a car, you all fucked up. My son's like, I couldn't stop the fire, Dad. I told you, dumbass. So don't listen to me, stupid. Hey, do your thing. You don't want to educate yourself on nothing. Do your thing, stupid. Things are dangerous as shit. Fuck around no electric car. You sitting on a moving ball. Right. The battery's underneath you. And a lithium and one of these EV cars, the battery's underneath the damn seat. You're riding on a time bomb. You crazy? You don't know what's gonna spark that fucking thing. And you can't get it out. Your ass burned to death up in there. Dangerous as shit.
Yeah, but I think, family, we are coming to the end of today's show, right? Yeah. Don't buy yourself an electrical car, manze. With them using all these weather weapon controls, the lasers, and all that they're using. They're gonna ban you. You're gonna be blown up.
Shout out to Joby for holding it down. I was in that part of Florida. What's with the goddamn villages unsunken one? I'm up in the village. I can't get no internet. What they doing with them crazy white people there? The village is one of the most. If you guys ever go to Florida, it's a place called the Villages, and it's full of old white people. They moved down to Florida. This is where they retired. They lived up north. They don't want to be in the cold and the ice, so they created this whole area in Florida for these white people called the Villages, and it's racist as shit. Yeah, you get one black. What are you doing here? Why are you here? I'm dropping off a package. What are you doing? What's going on? So the villages is racist as shit. Obviously, they ain't got no good internet for them white folks because I couldn't get no internet out there. I got on with Joe, and I went back off. I said, man, the internet is crappy around this. When they figure, I guess they feel like they old and they gonna die. Fuck getting them good internet.
Damn.
You been to, yeah, but yeah, you been to bit. Hey, I went one point. It's been a year. They built a whole new hospital for them white people. It's nice as shit. I'm going. I said, years ago, wasn't none of this out here. I went to part. All that place got brand new malls, brand new hospitals, and then they built them for these white people, brand new hospitals and everything. I'm like shit. You go right down the road to Houston where black people live, it's still impoverished, still all fucked up, like night and day.
We're coming to the end of today's show, but before we leave, Asante Nisana to everyone who has been with us from the beginning, keeping the conversation alive. I appreciate you guys. And Sunken One, Joe Mosquito, Jason Hill, Mickey Snow, all the silent listeners there. Who have
Yeah, second one, they weren't like that. It's like that's like a sundown town for real. There wasn't nobody black over there. It's like right in your face. It's crazy.
Yeah, but before I leave, to everyone who's here for the first time on YouTube, on Twitter, kindly ensure you subscribe. And after subscribing, kindly ensure you rush to the Google Play Store and download our app. If you're using any Android device, you can find us under.
Guys, do me a favor. The app has been updated. If you can't get the update, uninstall your app. Uninstall your app and reinstall your app. Uninstall. Did it work for you, Joby?
Yes.
Did you have to uninstall or did you just have to click the update?
Mine, it just updated itself.
It did? Damn.
Yeah.
Mine didn't update itself. I don't know. Guys, let me know. If you guys don't see a Rumble account or a BitChute account, it's not updated. So you might have to uninstall your original Black Eye Fire Network app and just reinstall it. And all the things. So then you guys, Say, Joby.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Rumble, BitChute, TikTok. It's all there.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, here's all that. Mine didn't do that. I had to, because they told me it was there. I didn't see it, so I had to, maybe I didn't wait long enough. I had to uninstall mine and reinstall. So now you guys know I'm doing BitChute and Rumble shows. I'm not going to be on YouTube. You know, you got no excuse there. I don't know where it's at. It's right there on the app. Right there where Rumble's at. Right there where BitChute's at. Right there.
You said no more excuses. But anyway, family, as we wrap it up, thank you for letting us know. Kindly check out the updates on the app. And of course, ensure you check out also the Blackout Fire Network sports page. If you have been working out and you need much more of, nutrition to add on, or vitamins, we have organic, amazing products right here for you. Proteins, amino acids, beauty supplements, hair and nail supplements, and also some food and beverages supplements, all at a very affordable price. Ensure you check it out. Vitamin D3, very affordable at $19. We also have some amazing lion's mane's mushroom at $3. Some honey goat with turmeric gummies, sea moss. We have some manuka honey coffee and our beverages. We have some mushroom coffee fusion, which is coming from the lion mane's mixed with the chaga, $36. The hemp coffee blend, medium roast, $32, and also some Brazilian blend, $31. And also amazing again, complete multivitamin, $32 under our vitamins, some energy strips, combine that with the honey goat weed, and of course also some green superfood, all at a very affordable price. Your first second purchase, you get a discount right here with us, so ensure you check out all those amazing.
You need it, we got it, come get it. I told you guys to gain some revenue. I will. If you guys understand, I had to figure out myself. Our TV side of that, that's where all our recorded stuff is at, and the live version is on the show page. What I'm gonna be doing is next year I'll be designing new shows, like dating shows and other shows to put up on the recorded part of the app, and recorded part of the TV is gonna be on. Of course, we're on Android. I mean, not Android. I'm still waiting for Android. We're up on Apple TV. We're up on Roku TV, and we're up on Amazon TV. So these shows will be behind a paywall. So it will be $10 a month to access those shows. So I'm going to be bringing new dating shows, nothing political. It's all fun shows. You want to see? I think we're worth $10 a goddamn month, maybe 15. But how much stuff we get, how much value we give you. So I got to
Once we
buy a
have
new camera.
let you guys know. Once we have everything put up, we'll be giving you guys all the details. But much love. Have yourselves a beautiful day. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Different session. That is the culture show, but on the Africa Today show. See you guys on Wednesday, same time, same place. Much love. Thank you so much for tuning in.